Welcome to another edition of the Silverbird Selection. I'm continuing my journey backwards through the alphabet, reviewing the games in my collection that I haven't reviewed yet, obviously. Today's game begins with the letter W. It's War Cars Construction Set, and as you can see, this is a $2.99 Gold Range release, released in 1987. Now this actually cost me nothing because I got a bundle of games and ended up selling all the other games, which meant that this one was the one game that I wanted. Actually ended up costing me nothing, so that's great. It's a pretty rare game, not an easy one to find out there. It doesn't pop up on eBay that often, so to get it for nothing was a bit of a bargain, to be fair. So let's buckle up our seatbelts and check out the War Cars Construction Set. Let's take a look then at the third and final game in this packaging, the Gold Range packaging, as I'm calling it, the $2.99 range that came out at the same time as the Silver Range packaging. So it's got the nice sort of banner at the top there, and then you've got the logo for the game, reasonably nice, and then a graphic image of two cars racing against each other in a nice explosion as well, so that's pretty well done. Spine's got the War Cars logo on it as well, on a black background, and there's plenty of black background on the back as well. Two screenshots, nice gold borders around those, and they look like Spectrum screenshots to me. And then for the info about the game, it says all the thrills and spills of a Grand Prix championship and a stock car rally combined. Well, spoiler alert, it's really not. So let's take a look inside the inlay, and you can see the usual stuff here. Big list of $1.99 Silver Range games there, as you'd expect from this kind of packaging. And then we've got the instructions: War Cars Construction Set, copyright Clive Brooker. He did the Spectrum version, I believe. And the Commodore 64 conversions by Software Creations. Gives a little bit of an overview to the game there. A truly computerized simulation of slot car racing. All the thrills and spills of a Grand Prix championship combined with the aggressive competition of stock car rally. The frustration of building tracks that don't work has been taken away to leave you with hours of unadulterated fun. That's hard to say. Yeah, that's really bigging it up to be more than it is based on my experience of the game. We'll get to that in due course, of course. You've got loading instructions, gameplay instructions, which are quite detailed. Tells you you've got to collect flags and collect as many points, losing as few lives as possible. The usual sort of aim for most games, it has to be said. Something about boulders as well there. There's an overview of the different flags you can pick up. The controls, and then it's got a big section about the construction set as well. It does have a built-in track designer, as it says there, allows you to create up to 5 new tracks. We'll get into that when we load the game, so let's not dwell on this too much. It's got some do's and don'ts for creating your own tracks there, and you can also save and load them. Okay then, so here's the title screen. As you can see, various blocks with various bits of information on. On the left there it says War Cars Construction Kit, not Construction Set for some reason. Converted by Martin Howarth, produced by Software Creations. And on the right hand side we've got a high score table with 6 scores on. And at the bottom of the screen in the middle you've got a number of options, which are Start Game, Demo, Design Roadway, Load Roadways and Save Roadways. So obviously we're just going to go into playing the game in a moment. Just want to mention also the music in the background. Pretty nice SID tune, nothing outstanding. It is quite short and quite repetitive. You'll hear a lot of this during this game because it plays during the game and during the construction kit element as well. So let's get on and get the game started and see how it plays. Okay, so the game has started, and on the left hand side you can see a red car driving around. That's the computer controlled car. I'm on the right in the blue car, and the idea of the game is to find a flag somewhere in the game zone. So you go through these mazes, you can move around at will, there's no forward or backward move. So I just got crashed into by the opposition car there. I haven't even got into all the description of what you're supposed to do yet, and I'm already getting killed off. So the idea of the game is first and foremost to destroy the opposition car by eliminating its 5 lives. Oh, and there goes another one of mine, by the way. If you crash into each other and neither of you have got the special block that you can collect, then you both lose a life. But if you've collected the block with the lightning bolt on, or the flag as it's described in the game for some reason, then when you crash into the opposition car, then they lose a life but you don't. So far I've got nothing from this game except lost 2 lives, but hopefully here I can get this next icon. Here we go. And that's just a score icon, so I got 100 points from that. Scores are above the lives on in the readout box at the bottom of the screen. And he's got another one now. So yeah, the first and foremost is to eliminate the opposition car, but also you can collect points. And at the moment, the opposition car has got the ability to get me. You can see that because it says chase in the middle of the readout at the bottom there, and it's pointed in my direction. So if he hits me, I'll lose a life, and he won't. So I don't want that to happen. At the moment, so far, all I managed to do is collect 1 icon. Oh, I've got another one there now. I don't know what that one is. Now, one thing you can do is leave some boulders behind. Oh, I've got an extra life there, it seems. You do that by holding the fire button down, apparently, but it doesn't really seem to be working. Yeah, that's not really working. Maybe you can only do it in certain places, I'm not sure. There we go, I've dropped them there. I've dropped the boulders in that area. Now, if the opposition guy comes to those, he'll have to turn around, but then it seems that so will I. Basically, they block your way. And you get 2 of those. I don't think they serve any point whatsoever in this game, to be perfectly honest. There we go, I've just got a B, which is bonus, which is giving me 300 points, I think, there. Possibly 200, I'm not sure. So yeah, what you really need is the blocks with the lightning bolts, which I haven't found any of as yet, but let's keep at it and see what we can find. Let's see. Yeah, I haven't mentioned there's a little radar in the bottom right of the screen, very hard to read, but somewhere on there is a flashing single pixel, which is the location of the next block, and there we go, I've just collected it. Seems to be quite close to the next one as well, if I can find it. Although maybe I'll just get trapped in this maze and never actually find it. Oh, yeah, I've gone past that now. I've got no idea. You can also see that the radar flashes when your opposition car is quite close to you. I guess to give you the hint to get away if you need to. Yeah, I am totally lost as to where that block is. It must be over here somewhere. Can't get through that bit. And he's hit me again. We both lost a life, so we're both on 3 lives now. Lucky I found that extra life. Where is this damn thing? Okay, it must be here. No, I can't work out where it is. Oh, there it is. Okay, so I've got to get on the yellow track somehow. Must be around here. There we go. So there's some more points for me. And the game continues. So what I would describe this game as is nothing to do with Formula 1 or stock car racing like it said on the inlay. I would say this would best be described as a cross between Rallycross, the Namco arcade game, and Tron, the light cycle game where you had to eliminate the opposition car. Right, now I've got the charge, or the chase, whatever it's called, so I can go after the opposition guy, and I've just hit him and you can hopefully see that he's lost a life. That's now eliminated that. He's chasing me around like crazy now. I don't know how I'm going to get away from this. We're probably just going to lose a life. There we go. So I'm down to 2 and he's down to 1, which means I only actually need 1 more to wipe him out. And because I've got the advantage of having the extra life, I could just run into him and we both lose a life and I think I'd win. So that's quite a nice turnaround from what happened at the start. Where's this next flag thing? There we go. Oh, I've got the charge again. It's not a charge, it's a chase. It's a lightning bolt. I don't know what it is. It's the thing that it is. So yeah, as I was saying, I'd call this a cross between Tron and Rally X. Graphically, it's very clear that the graphics have been taken from the Spectrum version, I think. Pretty obvious. Sound-wise, not much in the way of sound effects. If I can chase this guy around the right way, I might be able to wipe him out here. No, he must have got the thing, but can I get him here? No, I don't know where he's gone now. I can see, oh, he's miles away from me. I can see he's in the yellow bit, but obviously a completely different yellow bit to me. There's also a timer, by the way. I think when the time runs out, I'm not really sure what happens, but maybe we'll get to that. Got 40 seconds on it at the moment. I feel like that must have reset itself a few times. Where is this guy now? He's in the white bit, so if I can position myself right, there we go, got him. I think that's wiped him out, has it? No, he got me. He must have collected one of those power-ups, so now we're even again. so I really need to make sure I don't get hit again. So yeah, I think I was talking about sound before I interrupted myself. So the sound is just that sound effect when you collect the thing. There we go, that's game over. We hit each other and wiped each other out. So yeah, sound effects is just the music which I've heard over and over again by now, and the little jingle when you collect a power up. That's all I've heard in the way of sounds. So that was it, that was the game. Reasonably interesting. I think it would really benefit from being able to play a two-player mode, because it's obviously set up for that with the split screen. So that's a bit of an oversight, because you can't play two players, you can only play a one-player game against a computer. So as I say, that was the game. I will be playing through it again, because now I'm going to go into the design mode to show the options in that. So I'm now in the construction kit element of the game, and the first thing you get to do is choose from one of 5 roadways to edit or create. So I'm just going to pick the first one. And now the readout changes a little bit on the screen, so I can pick one of 4 track styles which you've already seen in the game. So there's the blue one, the yellow one, the white one and the green one, which you can see changing in the left hand side in the little box in the bottom left. So I may as well just start with track style 1, I guess. That then switches you into the editor, and on the left hand side is the sort of large scale map where you can see the whole map on one screen, and then on the right hand side is the more detailed view where you can, as you're moving the cursor around, you can see it's moving around that box, around the edges of it. So I'm going to start by placing some roadways, obviously. So we'll just start up here somewhere, up near the top. I'm just going to create like an S shape, I think, for starters. So use F1 and F3 to switch between the different track elements. So let's just start with some basic horizontal track, put that in. As you can see, as you draw it, it appears in detail on the right hand side and as a sort of bigger view on the left hand side. So we'll just draw, I know that is about 5 or 6 of those. And then I'm going to go, ultimately I'm going to go down, turn around, and then do some more. Ooh, what am I doing? There we go, across here. Oh, missed one. Okay, so that's sort of a set of 2 the same. So let's do some more here as well. Let's now fill that in and make it into an S shape. So I'll use the function keys. Let's do the vertical sections first. As I mentioned, the music goes on continuously throughout this. Oh, I've messed that up completely. That is not what I intended at all. Luckily, there's a backspace option which basically just removes everything, because I did that completely the wrong way around because I couldn't work out where I was on the map. I should have been paying more attention. So yeah, as I was saying, the music continues throughout this, so by the time you finish creating a track or 2, you'll be very bored of this music, if you're not already. So there we go, that's filled in most of it. Now I just need to do the corners, so we need one of those for there. This one, I'm going to actually put one of those in because I'm going to branch that out elsewhere as well. And the same here, I'm going to put one of those in there. No, I'll put one of those in there. And then this one, I'm just going to do a corner. So there we go, there's my initial S shape. What I'm now going to do is switch to a different track style, which I'm going to go F5 to switch back to the track style selector, and then you can pick one of the others. So let's go with the white one, because why not? And then I can start drawing stuff with that. So let's start by just immediately a bit of vertical there, and then let's put a corner in there. Just want to show one thing you can do with this, and then I'm going to pause the camera and just get on with building the track without you watching, because you can see it's not the most interesting thing to watch. Or I don't know, maybe you think it's amazing, but it's not. So what you can do here is send the track underneath the other track, so you can loop it around like this. So we'll do that, and then we'll go back to do a bit of vertical. That'll go underneath that bit there as well. And then we'll go and put some corners in. Oops, no. So we're going to want a corner there to go along the edge of the screen. And we're going to want a corner there. And we're going to want a corner there. And there we go. So now we've got a bit of blue track, a bit of white track. And so it goes on. You build the track however you like, as convoluted or as simple as you like. There are a few prerequisites, one of which is you have to have at least 10 corners in your track. That's so it can place the flags apparently. And I believe you also have to have a valid complete circuit, otherwise the game will reject it. So I'm going to carry on and build the track and then we'll test it out. So let's see how we get on. Okay, so I've finished my course. You can see it all laid out on the left hand side. I'll just quickly scroll through it to show you, but it's basically just a mixture of different track colours interlocking in various places. There's a green bit here, there's a white bit here, there's another green bit here which, oh that's fine, yeah, that goes underneath the blue bit and underneath the yellow bit, and another yellow bit, and it joins on there, and then there's a big yellow bit at this side. You get the idea. So basically what I'm going to do now is go back to the menu, to the main title screen and try and play it and see what happens. So you do that by pressing F5 first of all to get back to the design system, and then press on End Design, and that's loaded it in presumably. Back to the title screen. So let's try out the game and see how it plays on my maze that I've just created. So here I am. Let's see, you can see it's added some background areas around the maze that I've created, but yeah, this is definitely my maze. Here's my green bit that goes all the way through and underneath all those tracks. So where is that? Okay, so the opponent's already collected 2 icons, make that 3 icons. It's not really distributing them very fairly right now. Let's see what happens. He's got another one. Wow, okay, I must be able to get to this one first at least. There we go, finally. So I need to get into that green bit, I would suggest now. Let's see if I can get there first. There we go. So now I've got the chance to get him if I can catch up with him. Which I don't know if you can catch up with him, because I think you just travel at the same speed. Oh, I got him. There we go. So he's lost a life. So let's continue on. Oh, there we go. Now we've both lost a life. Oh, this could be good. Could get him here if I can chase him down. But yeah, it's very hard to catch this thing because you travel at the same speed. So I guess what you've got to do is work out a way to crash into them, really. It's pretty close to him now, actually. There, oh, that was close. Okay, so oh yeah, he's still lost a life there. So I'm 4-2 up now. The time's run out, I can see. So I don't really know what happens now. I guess you just carry on playing until all the lives are lost. I'm not really sure what the timer's about. It did say something in the instructions about you're getting lots of points when the time's run out and you've got 6 flags or something like that. I'm not entirely sure. I don't think it really matters. I've not got many points. I've got much less points than the opposition player, but I have also got lots of power-ups there. All seem to spawn in the same place. Where is he? Come on. Nope. It's very hard to get around the corners sometimes. When the ones that are sort of halfway down a channel, it's quite hard to get to them. Where is he? I see him. Oh, that was close again. Let's try and head him off. No, I'm going a completely different way now. There we go, I got it anyway, without even trying. So I've still got the chance to get him if I can catch up with him. No, now he can get me, so I need to find the next power up. I think he's going to be around here somewhere. Oh, get up that channel there. No, I think he's going to get to that one first. Maybe not, he's just driven around it. Yeah, it must be in the blue bit, I reckon. Oh, he's got me. I think the best way to try and win this is just to crash into him before the next power-up's collected. But he's got it. Oh, it didn't give him anything useful anyway. So yeah, anyway, gameplay-wise, it's a bit boring, isn't it? as I said, I think it'd be better as a 2-player game, but it's okay. I mean, it's a reasonable amount of fun, but it's not got much replayability about it. There we go. So that I have actually won that round because it's now gone to 5 lives each. So it all starts again now, presumably. So yeah, what you can do is basically just get a life up and then just keep crashing into your opponent, but actually that doesn't get you any points, because you only get the points by collecting the little flags, or they don't really look like flags to me, they're more like icons going around in circles there, I think. Let's get across the top here, I think. No, I think he's going to get to that first. Yep. I do remember drawing that circular bit there. Right, this one's mine for sure. There we go. So after all this effort and I've only got 900 points. But I think you can design some interesting little mazes. I do not remember designing them exactly like this though. So I'm now beginning to wonder whether this one's actually mine. There are bits of it that seem familiar, but bits of it that don't seem familiar at all. And because you never see the overhead view of it, the whole thing, it's hard to tell whether it's my maze or not. I don't remember putting those blue ones there. And this, yeah, oh, I know why. Of course, it made sense to me now. We've moved on to a different level, haven't we? Because I just won the previous round, and this is one of the computer designed courses. That makes a lot more sense to me now. Talking absolute rubbish while I'm going through all this. There's some really fiddly little bits in this one. There's another one for me. Yeah, I'm kind of bored with it now, so I'll just persevere on to the end, and then come on, get down there, and see how I get on. But I don't think there's much more to say about it really. So I've made it onto a 3rd level by beating the opponent, even though I wasn't particularly bothered about doing so. And I found a bit of a bug in the game here, because it's got a random track piece that's not part of the layout, just there, and the icon flag thing has materialised in that, which means neither of us can get to it. So we're basically stuck until we run out of lives. So that's not very good, considering that's one of the courses that was designed by the designer of the game. Oh, it has now respawned in a different spot, but there goes another life. Not too far away from getting killed off now, I think. Oh, driven past me. I'm trying to basically get myself killed off to get back to the title screen. Maybe what I should do is just do the review scores while I'm finishing this game off. Or just sit here until he comes and hits me. So first of all, the packaging I think was pretty decent. Nice image on the front cover, pretty decent instructions as well. The description on the back about it being like stock car racing and Formula 1 racing or whatever was just nonsense, but other than that, reasonably good instructions. So I'm going to say 8 out of 10 for the packaging. Presentation's pretty nice as well. You've got a decent title screen, high score table, good presentation of moving around the menus for the construction kit and all that kind of stuff as well. So no issues with that. I'm going to give it 7 out of 10 for presentation. Nearly dead now. No, actually I must have killed him then somehow. I don't know what happened there. Not even paying attention to it really. So moving on to the graphics in game. Very obviously just ported over from the Spectrum. They're reasonably colourful, but not very well defined and a bit bland. Very repetitive. You may have 4 different track designs, but they're all basically just like funny coloured borders and a black space to move your vehicle through. So I'm going to give it 4 out of 10 for the graphics. Not really impressed with them at all. Sounds pretty nice. There's just the one sound effect when you pick up the icons. There we go, just done it. And a reasonably nice tune, but very repetitive, and I'm very sick of hearing it now. So overall I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10 for the sound. And finally, playability. Well, it's okay. It's sort of, you know, reasonably playable. Not a bad idea to it, but it does get very tedious driving around these mazes. As I said, if it had got a simultaneous 2-player mode, I think that would add a bit more to it. The construction kit aspect is a nice element as well, so fair play to that. That's a nice thing for you to play around with, although the whole process of building a course is quite monotonous as well. I'm honestly just going round and round in circles here. I can't work out how to get out of it. So I'm going to give it overall a playability score of 5. I think that's enough. I don't think it deserves any more than 5. And so that gives it an overall score of 6.2. So a little bit above average, I suppose you might say, but I don't really think it was worth the $2.99 asking price. If it had been £1.99, I might have said yes, but paying an extra £1 for a game that's reasonably boring and monotonous, I don't really think it's worth that extra £1. So I'm going to say no to being worth the £2.99 asking price. So there you go, it's still going on. I could be here for the rest of my life playing this, it seems like. If I could avoid my opponent and get the right icons, it would just continue to go that way. And after all this effort, I've still only got 3,100 points, which wouldn't get me even close to the high score table. So yeah, as a high score challenge, not a particularly appealing game. Look, it's done it again. It's materialised the icon in that unreachable corner there, which is really poor. So yeah, there we go. I'm not going to talk about it any longer. And I'm not going to subject you to it anymore either. So that's it for Warcars Construction Kit. Let me know what you think about it in the comments, and I'll be back with another game review video in the near future. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.